Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we're going to be going through a sort of day in the life, see what problems I encounter. I've got a few tasks for today, which we're going to go into, mostly kind of based around Amazon. So if you're interested in this sort of content, you want to see behind the scenes, make sure you are subscribed with your notifications turned on, and let's get into this video straight away. All right. Okay, so a lot of you might wonder what I kind of do all day. I want to take you through a kind of typical day. This is going to be probably not so busy, but I want to take you through and kind of show you what I'm doing. So I've got a few things on the list of the agenda. So you can see I've got a whole bunch of stuff over there which I need to go and do now. I normally write a list of things on a phone. So for example, today I have something very simple. It just says bank statements, app feedback. So what we're going to do in a second is we're going to download a version of the new app, like the updated Hydrofuel app, and we're going to test it, get bottle shipments sorted, and that should be it for today. That literally should be it. If you have any questions about anything we do today, then just feel free to let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. Okay, so basically what we've got set up here, I'll give you a little idea about what's going on in my room. So this is the kind of my office. As you can see, it's a little bit messy. We've got lots of crap over there, which is just a holding area at the moment. As you can see, this is a little sneak peek. I have lots of copies of the Business Idea Factory. So something's going to be happening very soon with those. If you're coming to the meetup, then well, don't buy the book. But this is kind of where it all happens. Back here we've got my lights. On the desk we have Hydrofuel box. So I was measuring that with that measurer to make sure it's all good. Got some stuff. Lamborghini, watch, AirPods. This is, guys, this is special. This is my phone. This is this is my Android phone. Let me just, for the Hydrofuel app, I have iOS and I have Android. Previously, I never had an Android phone because they're just like the worst things in the world. But I had to buy one the other day. This was like £59 from Amazon. Qbot, I'm not sure if you can see that. But anyway, it's basically a huge piece of shit. So what we need to do is, I'm working with the person that kind of project manages my apps. We have a little Skype group with developers. So what will happen is they'll send a build across, like a download file. We'll download it onto the phone in a second. And then what we do is we just go through and we just try and find bugs. We try and find issues. This phone is so terrible, guys. So the developer claims that this should be the final fix. I've got the app just here. As you can see that, you might not be able to see it. So I'm just going to put in some details. A few things we've added, like this suggest daily targets. Some feedback we were getting is saying, look, this daily target is too much. There's no way I can drink 3 litres of water a day. So we've added these plus minus features, which can take this up and down by 500 millilitres. Now the problem with that is that then changes the algorithm, how the whole app works. So that something as simple as that feature can be very, very, very complicated to actually implement and make work on multiple systems or 2 systems. The kind of next thing I've been doing, which has been a little bit more long-winded, is getting these bottles ready to be ordered. So what has happened now is that I was able to create the barcode. Once the barcode is made, we can see this, we can then actually create the barcode for the bottle. I have them actually put onto the design, and as you can see the design, we've changed a couple of things. We've changed this to blue from grey, and obviously we've changed the bottle to blue as well, and I think this looks really good. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. I think it looks wicked and really, really stands out. The next thing I did is create a listing image that is going to be a little bit more, I guess, inviting. So this is going to be our hero image. I haven't decided if this is going to be the exact layout, but this is what we're going to kind of go with. And then when you click the blue variation, what's going to happen is these bottles will flip around. So the blue version will be just here. The grey version will be just here, and this will change to the blue box, okay? Then we have a few different things. So I've obviously changed all of the pictures. I spent a few days rendering these photos out. I'll show you that in a second. I did it on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I give kind of little updates every now and again. But I had these images rendered, and we've then done variations of the images, so that obviously when you click the blue, it's called pearl blue, which is what I've called it. When you click that variation, it changes all the pictures to these ones, and hopefully that's going to help conversions as well on Amazon. So there we go, guys. Let me know what you think of this. If you want one, let me know in the comments. That's good. It says here today I'm going to drink 2,600 milliliters. Cool. So you can see here that is certainly an issue. That's something that in a second I'll go through, I'll replicate the issue, I'll then write a list, like a bullet point list of how someone else will replicate the issue, so that then the developer can follow my instructions, watch my video, and then they can actually fix this issue. A little update, feedback has been sent to the developers for the phone. That's all good. The last couple of things I've been doing has just been student emails, kind of general emails, and getting on top of a few things. I've just got to order another 10K Club Award, so hopefully I can get that in time for the little event I'm doing. If there are any more tickets left, then I will put a link down below. There might only be like 1 or 2 tickets, which is cool, but I'm doing an event on the 28th of April, mostly for my students, but there was a few extra tickets available, so I thought I'd just kind of put them out to the wider population, mainly on Instagram and a couple of Facebook groups. But yeah, if there's a couple of tickets, I'll put a link in this video today. So I want to talk to you guys briefly. Maybe I'm going to do this in the car. So actually what I'll probably do is I'll go out for a little drive. We can hoon through some... Unfortunately, guys, the life of an entrepreneur is not too glamorous, unfortunately, because a lot of the time you're just doing admin work, which kind of sucks, but you have to unfortunately do it. So I've got the GoPro. Hopefully the audio will be able to pick it up all right on this. All right. Here we are, guys. This is the lovely C63. New number plate. Oh yeah! Let me set up the GoPro, let's go do some driving, but I want to talk to you guys about how I stay productive, because this is actually a really important topic. Let's go with that. Really important topic is kind of how to stay productive, especially when you like work alone. It can be really, really tough, especially if bad things happen or something pisses you off. It can really, really mess up your day. So I want to talk to you about how I stay productive and how I do a lot of things very, very quickly. All right, guys, so hopefully you can hear me. So we are here in the C63. I'm just gonna go through these cars, warm up the tyres a little bit. The tyres will be very, very cold right now, so we're probably, I'll give it the beans in a second. We'll probably lose control a little bit, which is fine. Right, so a lot of people live in the past, and it causes people to kind of have this fear of failure, have you know, this well, not anxiety, but it's kind of like, again, it's really this fear of taking action. It leads people to just not do anything, and that was one of the problems I had when I started. And I can imagine a lot of you might have that issue right now. Okay, so that's the past. If you live in the past, then generally it's going to be very hard for you to take action, because you're reliving events that really have no, like, they don't matter, right? If it's in the past, it's happened already. If anything, if something bad happens in the past, it's more likely to make you a success in the future. So the second one is the future, right? A lot of people live in the future, and this is probably a lot of you guys. I certainly do this a lot, especially entrepreneurs, is because we're quite enthusiastic. We're quite what's the right word? We're quite optimistic about the future, and that's generally a good entrepreneur is quite optimistic about the future, which is awesome, right? You need that. Come on, let's get down here. But the problem is, if you live in the future, you're always anticipating. You're always anticipating what could happen, right? And this is often the problem. Let me see if this is tight, guys. Let me see if this is tight. Okay, let me do that. This is often the problem with people have fears, right? So if you guys journey a little bit, you might know that maybe last year I was horrendously scared of flying, like fear of flying, and even 2 or 3 years ago I had a fear of driving, if you can believe that, right, at all. I'll tell you about that in this video. And the problem with having a fear of, or an irrational fear like flying or driving, is that you're getting scared about what could potentially happen, but your mind is running through all these situations and all these scenarios which will 99% of the time never ever happen, right? So if you're flying, I would picture the plane blowing up, I would picture it crashing, I would like have this going through in my mind, and it would cause me massive anxiety. My heart rate would raise, I would get really scared about flying. I would still fly, but I would just shit myself leading up to it. The whole day I would be scared, like getting to the airport I would be getting anxious. It was really a horrible feeling, right? And then all I started to do was the third thing that we're going to talk about, right? I'm going to get onto that straight away. The other one I had was driving, right? Doing these sorts of speeds I was absolutely fine, right? But if I went onto the motorway and I started to speed up a little bit, I got really anxious, like tunnel vision. It was a fear, right? I was having like borderline panic attacks, and that was because I was picturing what could potentially happen. I could crash, something could crash into me, and yes, that could happen, right? But it's really not that likely to happen. And what entrepreneurs do and what people do with starting business is they picture all the things that could go wrong, right? All these things that could go wrong, and it starts kind of manifesting in their head, and they get anxiety about all these things that could happen, especially when you think about projects and you think all the things that you don't know. So if you think about like getting into Amazon FBA, you think about all the things you don't know right now, and it puts you off getting started because you're living too far in the future. You're thinking, oh, how do I do this in a month's time, in 2 years' time? How am I going to do this? So a lot of people will not get started because they look too far in the future, and it puts them off because of this huge like anxiety of, oh, I've got so much to learn, it's going to take so much time, it's going to do this, it's going to do that and the other, right? So you put things off. And I did that. I do that all the time. I do it now, and you have to check yourself really and think about, oh shit, am I living in the future? So I do this all the time. Any projects that I start, at the beginning I procrastinate for ages and ages and ages because I'm thinking about this project and all this shit that's got to get done, when in fact all I should be doing is focusing on the task that's right in front of me. Right? So what you need to do is, if you want to take massive action and you want to change your life, right? My life has completely changed in the last 2 years. I would have never have thought I'd be first of all driving around in a car like this. If you want to have massive results, you have to take massive action, and the only way that you do that is by you live in the present, okay? You live in the present. And what that means is that you don't really have these big master plans, right? Because a lot of people, and you might do this, you might be a sucker for this, is you start creating lists and plans of what you're going to be doing every single month, every single year, what's your yearly goals, and you're living too far in the future. What you need to be doing is focusing on what you can do today, right now, because it doesn't matter what you're going to do tomorrow, it matters what you're doing today. So what I do, C63, like it, what I do every single day is I create a little list, a tiny list, right, of things that I need to accomplish today, right? I know my business goals of impacting more people, generating more income, like those are simple, right? We know those. I don't have to work on those, right? They're just overall average goals. The goals that I have is, what can I do today to impact those outcomes, right? What can I do today? And if you write a list of things to do, like for today, and some of them don't serve your goal, your purpose, then don't do them, or get someone else to do them. And that's what I do. If I have something on my to-do list and I don't need to do it, or it's not actually helping me with my end goal, I don't do it. I simply do not do it, and I focus on the things that I can do right now that are going to make an impact, okay? And that's how I have a lot of productivity. That's how I'm able to manage 2 Amazon stores, a YouTube channel, an Instagram page, a course, all my students, hundreds of students every single day. That's how I'm able to manage those things, because I focus on what I need to do right now that's going to make an impact.
outsource to someone that can do it. So what you need to think about is not, okay, what am I going to do next month? Like, how am I going to create my business and be successful next month? Is what can I do, right now, today, to make an impact on this? Simply a monetary goal. Instead of thinking about making £500 or £1,000 extra a month, think about how you can make an extra £16 a day, right? Then it becomes really easy to take action. You go, oh, all I need to do is make an extra £16 and I've reached my goal for the day. And then that 16 becomes 20 and 25 and 50 and 100 and 1,000, right? Just those goals work far, far better, and it allows you to take massive, massive action. So, yeah, I'm saying to you guys right now, if you're watching my videos and you watch them every week or every day or whatever, and you're like, yeah, I want to start up in business, doesn't matter what business it is, and think to yourself, are you stuck in the past, reliving past events that are preventing you from taking action, or are you stuck in the future where you're procrastinating because you're planning too much, and then you're thinking about all these things to do and it's putting you off actually getting started? If you're one of those two people, then let me know down in the comments if you're one of those people, because I want you to have that epiphany that I had, is that stop planning, right? Stop reliving past events, stop thinking about what could happen, and start living in the moment, start living today, start focusing on what you can do right now to make an impact or make a change or make a difference, right? As soon as you do that, you will see your life drastically change, literally immediately. I noticed this change immediately, not maybe within the results I was getting, but within my own contempt, I don't know what the right word is, but my own feelings, like how I felt as a person. Everything changed because I was focusing on what I could do rather than on what potentially would never happen. I got over my fear of flying, right? I've nearly got over my fear of heights, but that's a little bit of a harder one to change, because there is a real fear of falling and dying. But I've nearly got there. I went up to the 148th floor of the Burj Khalifa. I would have never have done that last year, or the year before last. Never would have done that. But you have to just focus on the here and now, rather than what could happen in the future, or what happened in the past that has no impact on your life right now. So if you're looking to start a business, think about what you can do today, right now, to take action. If that's buying a training program, go and do it, right? Put your money where your mouth is and take action. If that's starting up a website, it's going and doing some product research, whatever it may be, go and do that today.
Oh my god, that was so close. Right, we are home again. It's currently 1 PM and what have I got to do? So probably edit this video. That's something they take, to be honest, for ages. Yeah, for ages, that's what I said. There'll be a few more student things to do in a second, so there'll be more messages waiting for me. I know there will be, so I'm going to go and do them in a second on my old laptop. Moral of the story, I think really for this is you need to just take action every single day, get loads of things done, and just focus on what's important right now, rather than a week, a month, 2 months, 10 months, 3 years down the line. That's how you really make an impact. That's how you can actually change your own life and change the lives of the people around you. So if you've liked this video today, guys, so leave me a comment on what you thought about it. Don't be that harsh. I know it's a pretty bad video. Smash the like button if you like it. And of course, be subscribed with your notifications turned on, and I'll see you all very, very, very soon. Bye-bye.